So, scamming is never the right thing to do. And we all know what a scam means. A scam is a fraudulent scheme designed to deceive individuals into parting with their money or personal information, often through lies and manipulation. Scammers use various methods to trick people, including impersonation, false promises of financial gain, and exploiting emotions or trust. But what happens when a scammer gets scammed or a supposedly scammer gets scammed? Let's look into a story. Now, when Simon Ure GUOBADIA, born June 2nd, 1964 in Nigeria, married Porsha Williams from Atlanta, I don't think he ever thought that him as a supposedly scammer, alleged scammer, would think he would get scammed himself. Now, Simon is not innocent in any way, according to the news, okay? So, Simon's legal troubles started way back in 1985. He arrived in the United States on a visitor's visa. However, Simon overstayed his allotted time in the country but tried to gain citizenship by marrying a United States citizen. However, the marriage wasn't real. The immigration service clocked that his marriage was phony and they initiated deportation. According to the outlet, Simon tried to apply for a naturalization in 2016. He wanted to become a full citizen of the United States rather than just being a green card holder. However, the government refused to approve his application. They said his temporary resident status was unlawfully granted. Over the last 3 years, Simon has tried multiple times to convince the government to overturn their decision, and it hasn't worked, which has left Simon immigration status in limbo. Allegedly, he's not a citizen, and his green card was obtained under fraudulent circumstances. Allegedly, Simon left the United States on his own accord once the marriage idea didn't work. He returned a year later with a 6-month visitor's visa, but again overstayed his welcome during his second adventure in the United States. Simon got busted for bank and credit card fraud on several occasions. He faced legal charges, prompting the United States to initiate deportation proceedings for a second time, allegedly. While the government was working on deporting Simon, he allegedly obtained a green card using a fake identity. He applied for a special workers immigration program and failed to include his criminal history. The green card got approved, which seemingly allowed him to stay in the United States under a false identity. Now, Simon, hold on. Hey y'all, hey, it's your girl Zena again. I'm back on your screen. I see a lot of y'all keep coming back watching, but don't forget to hit the subscribe button for your girl. A sister like me needs the subscriptions. Subscribe. That's how I hurt you. It's like, no, I'm not gonna hurt you, but subscribe. You coming back to watch? Coming back, you watch your sister? Subscribe. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that like button. Don't forget that ring bell button so you can know when I'm about to come back up on your screen, okay? When my video is uploaded for y'all to watch it. Hit the subscribe button. Hit the ring bell button. Hit the like button. But anyway, I'm back on your screen, like I said. And y'all here for another Come Listen episode. And I'm here to give it to you. Now, Simon GUOBADIA, honey, boo child. So, Simon and Porsha began dating in April 2021. Okay? And it's funny because everyone throws shade at Porsha because she allegedly took him from his ex-wife. So his ex-wife, Fallon, who was his wife when they appeared on Real Housewives of Atlanta, okay, which he encouraged her to apply and be attending to, okay? He told his wife, Fallon, allegedly, that she should go on ahead and sign up for the Real Housewives of Atlanta. So that's why everybody like, how a scammer gonna get mad for getting scammed? Everybody basically think Simon is a media whore. Like, he encouraged his ex-wife Fallon to get on so he could be seen, you know. But anyway, after what I just read you know, who would want to be known that he's somewhere he allegedly not supposed to be in the United States? But anyway, so evidently Porsha brought Fallon on the show, supposedly. So let Porsha tell it. She says that she wasn't friends with her. The way it works is that the producers allegedly assigned one of the current women on the show to the new girl as if they were friends to bring her on. You know, that's basically what she said, you know. But we don't know. They said, let Porsha tell it. Sometimes it ain't true. But I love Porsha, you know. And it's not hard to believe. But let me show you a clip on how they met. Let me show you.
This is my husband, Simon, everyone.
How are you? You're good? Boom, boom. Yes.
Nice to meet you. Thank you for having us.
Yes,
Absolutely.
definitely.
Thank you for coming.
And I see you laid it out for us.
This is gorgeous.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Now, that makes me want to get married all over again.
I mean, it's gorgeous.
So anyway, everyone was skeptical from jump when Porsha got engaged to Simon, because at that time everyone was looking like it was a scam, because she was basically still trying to fix her relationship with her daughter Pilar's father, Dennis. But that didn't work out, and she's gonna break down the timeline and watch what happens live with Andy.
Why did you ask Dennis for your engagement ring back in December when only to get engaged to Simon in May?
Because first of all, can y'all count? There's a lot of time in between there.
Okay.
I'm just joking. But yeah, y'all do your own math. Let me know. Y'all tell me if it's enough time. Y'all tell me if it's enough time. Because, I ain't got no comment. Now, the weddings. And when I say weddings, it's with an S. Because Porsha and Simon had 2 different weddings. One in Nigeria and one in the States. For his roots, of course, and then for her. So they married on Thanksgiving weekend, November 2022. The Real Housewives of Atlanta alum, 41 at the time, and the Nigerian-born businessman, 57 at the time, wed in a Nigerian traditional native law and custom ceremony at the Four Seasons Hotel in Atlanta, followed by a second American ceremony 1 day later at a local Methodist church with a reception at the St. Regis in Atlanta. Okay, that's a fairy tale. Look at that. Look at that. That's a beautiful. Oh Lord, let me tell you. Oh, I wouldn't do that for a wedding. But anyway, over the course of the weekend, Williams wore a total of 7 different gowns between her 2 ceremonies and the reception. Listen, those were some beautiful dresses. I ain't even gonna hold you. Those are some beautiful dresses. And honey, if this was a scam, she did an immaculate job. Sorry, no, I'm joking. But yes, wow, that was one heck of a wedding, both of them. Unfortunately, as we all know, that didn't work out. And while we're here today, okay, so Porsha filed for divorce February of 2024 after Simon was taken by ICE. And again, well, not by ICE again, but this is a couple of times since this man's been deported, allegedly. And so she filed for divorce in February 2024. It had just been finalized, what's this, June 2025, where we are now. And ma'am, it wasn't pretty at all. But why we're here is because Simon believes he's been scammed. Check it out. My bad. So Simon did an interview with Page Six, explaining why he think he got scammed and or a target was a target and everything else on how he's feeling.
So what do you think what do you think Portia's reason was to file for divorce?
I think I was targeted.
In what
Uh,
way?
I was targeted from day one for financial reasons. When I filed for divorce from my previous, ex-wife, she was in my DM praying for me, and I think I was in a vulnerable position at that time, and I entertained it, and so it just kind of snowballed from there. Getting engaged in 30 days. I mean, who does that? My
So then, ooh, this is a mess chat. So then, the continuance of the interview with Page Six, she asked him, did he regret marrying Porsha?
Marrying her?
Absolutely. I said to her in one of my text messages to her, because she didn't respond because I kept asking, why did you file for divorce? And she wouldn't say anything. I tried to reach her mom. Her mom would not respond either. I later figured out this felt like a coup. When you when I don't know if you're familiar with. I'm familiar. I say it because I'm from Nigeria, and that we were ruled at one point by the military, and so every so often when you want to change leadership, the president, you stage a coup.
Yeah.
That's how I felt. I was totally blindsided. I was no member of her family, whether on the mother's side, on the father's side, reached out to me. And the only person I actually reached out to was her mom, and she didn't respond. And so I essentially sent her a text message. I said this was a $5 million rehab project that I took on. She never shared her concerns or issues with me before filing for divorce. If you're married, I've been married quite a bit. I think I understand a little bit about the dynamics of. I should understand a little bit about the dynamics of a relationship. You discuss issues and say, "Hey, if this does not change or something does not happen, this is what might come of it."
Hmm.
We never had those discussions, and I'm happy to share with you text messages where I was essentially blindsided by the divorce filing.
So this is the end, the last part of why we here today, and this is the most scamming part. Let Simon tell it of the whole marriage, giving up financially.
$40,000 a month in alimony for the length of the marriage, which was 14 months.
Okay.
She gets to stay in the house, all expenses paid, including the mortgage, through for 36 months, up to 36 months. And if she chooses to own the home, she would have to refinance the property in her name and take a 50% equity. I mean, she would have to give me 50% equity in the home.
Wow.
So I want to thank y'all for hanging out with me today, and let me know what y'all think in the comments about what we just watched together on this episode. I'm listening. Let me know what you think about this, okay? Thank y'all for rocking out with me again. As we all know, I will be back on your TV screen soon with another episode of Come Listen. Bye.